Welcome to Living in the 21st Century. Joining me today is Vasyl Shabchenko, former Transportation Minister of Ukraine. Vasyl, it's always a pleasure to have you on.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Well, recently I've read that the U.S. is leading the G7 with trying to raise a $50 billion package to assist Ukraine needs in this war. How effective this would be if this shall come to materialization or to be materialized?
I'd like to comment it from the combat point of view. First of all, you know that Russia has launched their massive attack at the Ukraine's forces, knowing that we haven't received Western weapon and we lack of ammunition. And because of it, they managed to move in different places, first of all, in the combat line for maybe 3 or 5 kilometers. There are some points. And it happened because of lack ammunition. And we know that Russia, with their partners, managed to renew their old tanks and all M carriers, armed vehicles, and sending all this newly repaired weapon at the Ukraine's border to fight. And you know that they decided to demonstrate that they are effective and they are able to capture Ukraine's territory, and they depends on point of view their so-called president, because we know that Russia had election campaign, but in couple of days, 7 of May, they will have so-called inauguration. And they want, as every autocratic countries, they decided to demonstrate that their forces are able to storm Ukraine and to break through battle line. And it took place, but it haven't happened in full scale, because you know that from western part, encouraged by Russians, protesters blocked Ukraine's border. But a few days ago, it was after local election campaign, it was cancelled, and we have opportunity to transport Western aid. First of all, it's support from United States, because United States presidents confirmed that immediately must be supplied ammunition for 1 billion, and for another part have been booked ammunition for Ukraine, which will be supplied to Ukraine in couple of months or maybe during a year. But this support, first of all, happened in right time, because we had chances to fight using Ukraine's produced and our neighbors' supply ammunitions and rounds, and were on the eve of exhausting. But now Ukraine forces couple of days have been fighting more effectively. You can see that Ukraine forces managed to eliminate maybe more than 120 Russian soldiers and dozens military vehicles and and different type of their combat air defense systems. It have happened thanks Western support and thanks United States agreement concerning additional support for Ukraine. But I saw the experts' opinion for this relation, and, and it appeared that Russia has support from their partners, first of all from Iran and North Korea, but they have to pay them. But unexpectedly, China is confirmed that are being support many components for providing rounds, because Russia has a big industry, but they lack of ammunition. And because of it, this question was discussed at the Grade 7 meetings. And all countries recognized that the volume of ammunition which is provided and will be provided smaller than, for example, ammunition is providing by Russia Federation from their own and partners' budget. There is a difference for maybe more than 20 billions. And because of it, I think this question was discussed and was accepted decision concerning additional support for Ukraine, because this relation and this war is crucially important for Western countries. First of all, we know that China, together with their partner Russia Federation, North Korea, and Iran, are ready to wage war in different spheres. First of all, they are ready to restart world order, and for this idea, they are going to split United States with European Union, and inside of the European Union, they are ready to split European Union just to have opportunity to communicate, because two world biggest markets, it's United States market and European markets, are really interesting for China's exports, and they are looking for the way to influence for this economy, to weaken it. And the war in Ukraine is crucial moment for European Union. It was confirmed by France President Emmanuel Macron, who confirmed that if European elite are not be able to recognize it and to cooperate together with United States, will not lose only Ukraine, will lose European Union, and the European Union will have huge problems. And it, the same idea was confirmed. Great Britain Prime Minister, who visited Ukraine a few days ago, and he confirmed that situation is really complicated and demands rapid actions among European Union and Western United countries, and especially Great Seven. And all these events are in the same line with willing Russia's president to confirm and to demonstrate that he is ready to fight, and he have demonstrated many times that he has own weapon, and he have been threatening it for European Union. But combat events and the battle line and supplied Western support haven't allowed him to demonstrate his advantages above Ukraine's army. And France President Emmanuel Macron confirmed that if at the battle line can happen breakthrough, France must be ready to join to Ukraine army. I don't think that it will happen nearest future because in Ukraine have launched new drafting campaign for military forces.
Okay. From the beginning of this war, how is the numbers standing for Ukraine military? Is there heavily loss in the Ukrainian army as well? How are you all standing it?
First of all, Ukraine's officials are avoiding to comment losses we have had at this line.
Okay.
Only in Western media we could see that Ukraine lost 72,000 soldiers, and Ukraine's president confirmed that it's 35,000 fallen soldiers. But we don't know how to comment it because it's the information in our relation. It's weapon, and because of it, I'd like not to comment it except
Right.
officially informed information.
Absolutely.
But we have big army, but our army has been fighting more than 2 years and is quite exhausted.
Yes.
And the same time, yes, and at the same time, we don't have enough soldiers to resist Russia's army because they are holding their drafting campaign and join mercenaries to their army and are using prisoners and are using people who's with the problems in their relation with the banks and other funding structures. And there are a lot of foreigners from different poor countries from around the world. You could see many mercenaries from different countries, but it doesn't work. And now I think that they decided to pay higher prices for mercenaries, and they will have nearest future. They will have enough human resources to send to army. But we can stop them only have more educated and prepared army just to stop them, to resist, and especially in different places relations in combat points for every Ukrainian soldiers from Russia's side is from 3 to 5 soldiers, and in the places where are not active combat events, there is one Ukraine soldier is holding 10 Russia soldiers, and it's this situation is being discussed in Ukraine's media sphere, and I heard it from Ukraine's military experts. But nevertheless, we understand that we must work together, and in a couple of months, Ukraine will have additionally drafted soldiers, and in a couple months they will be ready to fight. And and I think that we will be able to drill soldiers before we will have more ammunition from our partners and from Ukraine's producers.
Right. What I want to ask, though, because the United States is leading this G7 in terms of amongst, I believe, the European allies to raise this $50 billion for Ukrainians' assistance. And it brought me to this question: is the European allies standing committed to see this war through between Ukraine and Russia? Because you don't want anyone weakening. You want to make sure that you have a strong allegiance of forces backing you in this war. Is the European allies committed in what they're supposed to do?
I'd say my opinion from point of view that European Union under threat from Russia's attack. European countries aware that Russia can or have nuclear weapon, and they are not ready to compete. And we know that only France has nuclear weapon, and French president has taken his role as a leader. He tries to demonstrate that all depends on their leading role. Because for example, Germany has supplied to Ukraine many support, but they are not ready to be leaders in European Union and to form united tough society, which are able to help Ukraine. First of all, we know that Russia knows about this European Union weakness, and we will see that in the mornings, 6th of May, will take place China's leaders see to France, and they will have discussion, I think, about it. But we see that after France, he will visit Serbia, and there they will visit embassy, and it will be 25-year anniversary after United States blow to their embassy. And I think they will have different speeches in France and in Serbia. And after that, he will visit Hungary, and we know that Hungary it's type of autocratic country in European Union. And this visit will confirm that he follows the idea to weaken European Union. And because of it, they appointed first visit to have meeting with France president and European Commission leader, just to test European partners. And after that, we will see outcome. And I think European partners a little bit disturbed relation with United States, because United States has provided security in European Union for a long time. And now, during the election year in United States, they are not ready to confirm that they will count for United States support. And because of it, there are a lot of inter negotiations, and these negotiations working in Russia's China favor. And I think that they are in cooperation, and they have had their domestic elections, so-called elections, because better to say their domestic reappointing. They are ready to act further, but in a month, the European Union will have election campaign for European Union, and there will be more radical wins. And we know that it's Russia who supported them and who have been using them, and we could see it in the Poland, and we could see it in different places concerning blocking inter routes and spreading domestic relations among European Union's countries. And because of it, I'd say that it's challenging years. And this year is going to be dangerous for Ukraine, and we can see that this 2 months will be really complicated for Ukraine and for European Union, because we cannot predict what will be next, how will be so-called inauguration in Russia Federation, and what will be next.
Is the European nation or its allies bind together? Are they not just as superior in military forces when it comes to Russia? And yes, Russia has nuclear weapons, but the reality is that a European alliance, they are just as superior in power and superpower. Why then should they be so timid of what Russia can do? And on the other hand, Russia could be just as timid as what the alliance can do. What is your opinion on that?
I think that United Nations framework isn't really doesn't look like important for resolving these relations, because we know that United Nations was based after Second World War, and their main executive body it's Security Council, and Security Council include 5 permanent members, including China and Russia Federation. And most of decision which could be used and which would allow to launch using so-called United Nations military forces are blocking by Russia and China. And because of it, any decision have been taken against Russia Federation and China and their allies, because they are forming axis, and it have been formed in the framework so-called relation BRICS. And I think that they are holding negotiations in this framework. Weak point these countries is their economical base, but now we cannot say that they have become weak enough to stop war. Because they have human resources and they don't care about human rights. They have really powerful producing plants, and I think that only time will show, and and election campaigns outcome among European countries and in United States, because delay support for Ukraine have been reflected as our chances to defeat them. We understand that it's democracy and it has advantages and disadvantages, and long-term negotiation, as usual, doesn't allow to make decision concerning actions. But now all countries and peoples who living in these countries must understand that now on the stake world order. We must understand that now is a crucial moment for world order, and it's happening now in Ukraine. And Ukraine's forces are asking only for weapon, for aircrafts, for fighter jets, for additional support and support in framework, for example, our neighbors, just to be open, because it was awful when Ukraine was fighting from the east with invaders, but from west trade routes was blocked with Poland. Okay. We have criticized it because we tried to understand, but we must know that it was weakening us. It was blocking our transport routes, and we are not able to fight with enemy.
Right.
From west and from east. Okay. And because of it, I think that we will manage and we will defeat them, but no one can forecast when it happened and how it happened.
Okay, well, Vasyl, on that note, we've come to the end of our program. We'll see you again, and I want you to stay safe, take good care of yourself. And for all those who have been tuning in on Living in the 21st Century, have a nice day. Bye-bye.